Have a fun video you'd like to see featured on NCW Life? Email us at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.
It's time for NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. The latest from the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington with Steve Hare, Grant Olson, and sports with Eric Granstrom.
Good Friday evening and welcome to NCW Life News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our very foggy and cloudy weather window. And yeah, that's been our situation throughout the day today on Friday. Lots of low-hanging clouds, a cloud inversion happening above those clouds, some clear skies, but we are seeing a storm system move in. And by the time we wake up, especially by Sunday morning, we could see about an inch of snow on the ground or so in the Wenatchee area, 1 to 2 inches for Waterville. Of course, areas west of us, Stevens Pass and Snoqualmie, higher amounts, also up around Loop Loop Pass and Blewett, maybe around 5 inches. And then next week, we will see cooler weather and maybe some stagnant air. In fact, we'll talk more about that a little bit later on in our weather forecast and our newscast about a burn ban that is in place for next week. All that a little bit later on. For those watching on our Facebook, tune in to LocalTel Channel 12 or to Charter Channel 19, or you can stream us live at ncwlife.com for the full evening newscast tonight. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A two-car accident injures 5 on Orondo Avenue this morning. The Department of Ecology issues a burn ban, and Chelan County Volunteer Search and Rescue purchases a new van with donations. But first, we begin tonight. Douglas County's undersheriff says he's ready to move up the command ladder. Kevin Morris has announced his intentions to file for the position next year. He says it's been his ambition since he first joined the force back in 2000.
And I went in the military, in the Navy. I was stationed on the Saratoga aircraft carrier. I was a firefighter rescue guy, crash and salvage team on the carrier.
Oh, great.
When I got out, my goal was to get into computers, be a computer programmer. I thought, you know, that's probably where the future is going. And so I enrolled in school, came home, enrolled into school, and had to get a nighttime job. Nighttime job was security. So I met the local law enforcement and made friends. And they asked me, hey, you want to be a reserve officer? And I didn't know much about it. And I said, well, how much does it pay? And they said, well, nothing, it's voluntary. And I declined. I said, I'm busy, going to college, working full time. And about a month later, one of the sergeants said, I'd like you to ride with me one night. And I said, well, why? And he said, I think you have the personality and the character for this job, and I'd like you to just ride with me one night. And as fate would have it, within 10 minutes in the car, we joined in an active pursuit that went through town. The adrenaline dump.
Got the adrenaline going. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I was a civilian. I couldn't do anything. I had to sit in the car. But what I watched that night was a pursuit that went through a community and put everybody at danger. The suspect crashed and fled. I couldn't get out of the car, and there was something inside of me that really wanted to chase him. But I watched 4 agencies work together and bring a solid conclusion to that event. And that night I said, I'll join the reserves. And I went through the Reserve Academy while I was going through college. And then the history was made then. I got the bug and I was committed from then on.
The 44-year-old Morris is the only candidate thus far to file candidacy papers with the Washington State Public Disclosure Commission. Harvey Jesdahl announced last month his decision to retire from law enforcement next year. A 2-vehicle crash sent 5 people to the hospital this morning in downtown Wenatchee. It happened at Orondo and Wenatchee Avenue shortly after 6:30 a.m. The collision involved a GMC Denali pickup and a 16-passenger bus. One of the vehicles ran a red light, causing the T-bone collision. Captain Edgar Reinfeld with the Wenatchee Police Department says the streets were deceptively slick this morning, which may have been a factor.
There wasn't really a frost this morning, but the surface was wet enough that the vehicles moved 40 to 50 feet after the collision, including a bus and this very heavy-duty pickup truck. And so it's a good illustration that it's dangerous. Remind people to slow down, ensure your windows are defrosted, and watch the surface conditions, because we saw Tuesday morning it was very, very slick for no particular reason. There was a little frost, and it was bad on the road, and certainly could have contributed to vehicles maybe not being able to stop in time. In this case, it's not the issue, but still a potentially nasty accident that did block an intersection for about an hour.
The injured were transported to Confluence Health, but Reinfeld described the injuries as minor. Well, as we mentioned at the top of the newscast, the weather forecast next week is for cool, dry, and stagnant air, and that's prompted the Washington State Department of Ecology to issue a Stage 1 burn ban beginning this Monday, December 4th at 9 a.m. through 9 a.m. Wednesday, December 6th. All outdoor burning and use of uncertified stoves and fireplaces will be prohibited in Chelan, Douglas, Kittitas, and Okanagan counties due to expected poor air quality throughout the region. The Stage 1 ban prohibits all outdoor burning, including residential, agricultural, and forest burning. Use of any wood-burning devices are prohibited unless they are a home's only adequate source of heat. Fine particles from wood smoke can get into people's lungs, causing possible heart and breathing problems. Well, thanks to King County Explorer Search and Rescue, the Chelan County Volunteer Search and Rescue now has a new van. Matt Cosma with Chelan County Search and Rescue gives us a little history on the new communications van.
The history on the vehicle is that in '94, they bought a new truck, the F-350 that's on, and they had gotten this box, came off a medic rescue unit back then, and I don't know how it was configured originally, but they had it mounted on the new chassis and set up. It was all professionally built inside to be a Comrig, and that was served for a little over 20 years with the King County ESAR. And about a year ago, they took it out of service and decided to sell it. So we made a deal with them and picked it up. It's old. It's got some maintenance problems and things like that. We got to do some maintenance on it and update it a little bit.
Cosma says the new communications van cost $4,250, which was paid for using the Search and Rescue General Fund, which is completely funded by donations. Coming up, we visit the Madrigal Feast at Wenatchee High School last night. We'll preview the Leavenworth Christmas lighting festivities, and the Wenatchee Humane Society receives a grant. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching NCW Life News.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CBCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CBCH respects that.
Come find your holiday gifts at Antique Mall at Cashmere this holiday season. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone, from coin enthusiasts to avid collectors. For do-it-yourselfers, this is the place to find your next repurposing project. What a great way to make your holiday gifts for someone special. Using your keen eye to make something old and new again. Discover your next holiday gift in the Antique Mall at Cashmere. Stop on by today.
Hi, I'm Blair from Works, your workout prescription. Have you ever started an exercise program and then struggled to keep it going? So what if I told you that with this MyZone device, I could increase your chances of self-motivated exercise adherence by over 200%. Combine that with an exercise prescription specifically for your level of readiness, we'll increase it even more. And that's our new member success system. It's $99, it's exclusively at Works. It includes your MyZone belt. Works, yourworkoutrx.com.
Well, lords and ladies of the kingdom of Netflix, from the host of this castle, hear my toast, and drink it well. I then bid you all wassail, and down with him who will not say, drink hail!
Drink hail! Dilly dilly!
Dilly dilly!
Wenatchee High School's auditorium was transformed into a medieval castle for last night's Madrigal Feast. That was the dinner hosted by members of the high school choir. The annual event, which continues tonight and Saturday night, is a reenactment of a traditional holiday feast as celebrated 500 years ago in merry old England. The event features music and performances by the choir, and money raised benefits the choir and music departments. Contact the high school for ticket information. Well, the town of Leavenworth kicks off its month of celebrations tonight with the arrival of St. Nicholas, followed by several music performances for the 51st annual Christmas lighting festivities. The events continue into the weekend with Santa, live music, and the famous Christmas tree lighting ceremony at 4:30 p.m. on both Saturday and Sunday. The tree lighting events continue for 2 more weekends. Find more information and a schedule of events at leavenworth.org. Wenatchee Valley Humane Society has received a $1,000 grant from the Pet Finder Foundation. The grant is used to cover tuition costs for one person from the Pet Finder members organization to attend a Dogs Playing for Life mentorship session. The purpose of the program is to enhance a shelter dog's quality of life by allowing them to engage in natural social behaviors. The nonprofit PetFinder.com Foundation assists the 12,000 plus animal shelters and rescue groups that post their adoptable pets on PetFinder.com. Since its founding in 2003, the Pet Finder Foundation has given more than $20 million in cash and product grants to shelters and rescue groups in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Wenatchee Valley Humane Society posts its adoptable pets on their website. You're watching NCW Life News. Coming up next, your sports update, followed by today's feature story. That and much more still to come on NCW Life News. Stay with us.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Lake Chelan Mailboxes find solutions and the best price for all your shipping needs, including UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. We offer a variety of services including quality copies of all sizes, faxing, scanning, sending and receiving email, laminating, and notarizing. Enjoy browsing through our large selection of greeting cards. Lake Chelan Mailboxes supports our military, fire victims, and our community.
See us at the Plaza in Chelan for all your holiday needs.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy finally Friday, a busy sports schedule coming up this weekend. Let's start things off with the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from last night. First of all, in boys basketball action, Ephrata stopped Cascade 69-34, while Omak blitzed Manson 72-32. And it was Tonasket topping Chelan in a high-scoring affair, 85-80. On the girls' scoreboard from last night, Cascade dropped to 1-1 with a 52-30 loss to Ephrata. Chelan beat Tonasket 63-31. It was Omak downing Manson 44-14. Girls bowling last night, Wenatchee and Eastmont kept unblemished records intact in the Yakima Valley yesterday, with the Panthers and Wildcats coming up with 4-0 wins over Davis and Ike, respectively. Well, high rollers for Wenatchee were Holly Shipley with a 174, Emily Groth with a 172. Meanwhile, a couple Eastmont bowlers really had good games. Alicia Hastings rolled a 223, Riley Cox a 201. Both teams on a collision course for next Wednesday. So coming up this week, it's the WIAA State Championships. In fact, starting right now, Sunnyside Christian and Elmira Cooley Heartline for the 1B Championship. Coming up tonight at 7:30, it's Rainier Beach and O'Day for the 3A title. Tomorrow starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, Hawkinson versus Tumwater for the 2A Championship. Then we get to smaller schools as Royal takes on Meridian for the 1A title. That'll be at 1 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, Kalama and Liberty for the 2B Championship. It'll all wrap up with Richland and Woodinville for the State 4A Championship tomorrow at 7:30, all in the Tacoma Dome. On the prep schedule for tonight in boys basketball, Wenatchee's on the road at Meade for a battle of the Panthers. Cascade is at Toppenish. Hanford hosting Eastmont, while Waterville Mansfield's at Entiat. All those game times at 7:30. On the girls' side, actually get things going early. 5:45 start time for Eastmont at Hanford. Wenatchee hosting Kennewick tonight, while Cascade's at Toppenish. Waterville Mansfield at Entiat. You know, I miss the old days. They used to do a chili feed before the game, but they don't do that anymore. Now, as we turn to our attention to Saturday, Cashmere hosts Waloot, Kamaikan at Eastmont. Chelan takes on Granger. Waterville Mansfield will host Brewster. On the girls' side tomorrow, it's a 5:45 start time for Eastmont at home versus Kamaikan. Riverview at Cashmere, also same time. 6 o'clock for Chelan and Granger, as well as Brewster and Waterville Mansfield. Saturday in wrestling, a lot of invites. Chelan's at Deer Park for their invite at 9 o'clock in the morning. Kennewick's on the road at the Kennewick invite at 10. Also 10 for Eastmont at the Davis invite. Cashmere and Cascade are in Omak for their invitational. That starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, the Seattle Sounders FC will once again play for the MLS Cup. Congratulations, champions. Victor Rodriguez scored in the 22nd minute against Houston, which really gave Seattle the title with the aggregate scoring system they have in that series. Clint Dempsey added to it with a tally in the 53rd minute, and Bill Bruin finished things off with a goal in the 73rd, 3-0 the final. Sounders once again face Toronto for a chance to repeat as MLS champions. The Wenatchee Wild continue their road trip north of the border tonight. Wenatchee's in Salmon Arm to take on the Silverbacks at 7. Then tomorrow it's West Kelowna at 7. Coming up on tap this weekend in the NFC West, San Francisco's on the road for a game in Chicago. That's a 10 o'clock kickoff on CBS. The Rams, meanwhile, are in Arizona trying to remain atop the NFC West standings. They'll take on the Cardinals, that game on Fox TV with a kickoff at 1:25. And then finally, Seattle Seahawks try to keep their hopes for a playoff spot alive. Right now, if it finished today, they'd be out. Seahawks on the road or at home on Sunday night. Football on NBC against the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia coming in with a 10-1 record, best in the entire NFL. That's sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCW Life Channel. Have a great weekend, everybody. Grant, back to you.
A very busy sports weekend. Thank you, Eric. The 100th anniversary of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is soon approaching in 2019. Officials at the festival office would like to share various apple blossom stories from the past century as a way to honor those who made the festival what it is today by producing a documentary film about the history of apple blossom. But is a documentary film something you would watch? Apple Blossom Festival Administrator Darcy Christofferson explains how your input will determine if a documentary is made.
Hi, my name is Darcy Christofferson, and I'm the Festival Administrator for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. 2019 will mark the 100th year of our festival. What started as a one-day event has grown into an 11-day celebration of our community's culture, heritage, and of course the apple industry. This 100th year celebration will be hands down the biggest party we've ever thrown. And to complement that, we want to make a feature-length documentary film that will highlight this major accomplishment, honor the festival's legacy, and preserve this moment in time for future generations to enjoy. We believe by reflecting on our past, we can build a better future for the festival. We are very excited about this film, but it's going to be a pretty big undertaking. So before we get started, we need to know if this is something you really want to see happen. Would you be willing to purchase a copy of the film or attend the premiere? If so, follow the link below to our website and enter your name and email address. That's all we need. Our goal is to get 1,000 people to sign up. If we get 1,000 supporters, we will make this film with our friends at North 40. I've added my name to the list, and I hope you will too.
Once again, go to www.appleblossom.org/100th to express your opinion. We'll be back in just a moment with the recap of some of today's stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks. So bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Ladies of the Wenatchee Valley, do you know the secret of receiving the perfect gift for your birthday, anniversary, or Christmas? We have the answer for you at Collins Fashions. Come in and fill out a wish list. You can choose from beautifully crafted jewelry, handbags, and luggage from Brighton, stylish wallets and handbags from Lotus, cozy sweaters from Icelandic, zip fleece from Tommy Bahama, fashions from Joseph Ribkop, and Collins gift cards. Our little elves can contact your loved ones and share your wish list. Complimentary gift wrap and amazing service at Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee.
Time now for a look at various events for you to possibly enjoy this weekend. For all of you skiers out there that wanted to ski at Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort last weekend but couldn't because of warm, wet Thanksgiving Day weather, you're in luck. Mission Ridge officials announced yesterday that the Ski and Board Resort will be open on both Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Ridge received 3 new inches of snow on Tuesday night and have been making snow when conditions have been right for the past 3 days on primary runs. Ideal snowmaking temperatures are around 28 degrees and below. Chairs 1 and 2, as well as the Pika Peak rope tow, will be in operation, and the Chair 5 pub, the Kawam Cafe, and the Midway Lounge, I hope I pronounced that right, will also be open for business. Also open this weekend will be the rental and retail shops, as well as the Mission Ridge Ski School and the Child Care Center. And if you're not a skier and you're looking for something to do this weekend, NCW Life's Megan McPherson has you covered.
Here's a look at some upcoming events for you to take in this weekend. Experience the town of Bethlehem as it was the night the Christ child was born. The journey includes over 150 actors and supporting cast in full costume, along with a living nativity. Tours start tonight and continue through Sunday. The last First Friday of the year is tomorrow in downtown Wenatchee, and what is the theme? Abstract. Stop by local participating galleries and businesses, or, if you're not a fan of abstract art, visit the Abstract Sucks show at Radar Station starting at 5 p.m. The Wenatchee High School Vocal Department presents the Magical Feast tonight, Friday and Saturday starting at 5 p.m. This kingly dinner also comes with entertainment by the high school choir. Tickets are available online starting at $25. At the Numerica Performing Arts Center, Stage Kids presents Bah Humbug. Share the magic of the music adaptation of everyone's favorite Christmas classic. For ticket prices and showtimes, visit the PAX website. Join Leavenworth for the most wonderful time of the year for the Village of Lights, over 500,000 of them, and holiday cheer. Festivities kick off at noon on Saturday with the arrival of Santa, continuing to the lighting ceremony at 4:30 p.m. The event follows the same schedule on Sunday, December 3rd. Kids of all ages are encouraged to join the crew at the Wenatchee Valley Museum on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for handmade crafts, hot cocoa, and a picture with Santa. The event is $10 per family. For more information, call 888-6240.
Time now for your weather forecast for north central Washington. Before we get to those details, let's take a look outside at our weather window, and things clearing up a little bit. Well, at least we have a view at something right now. It has been foggy with low-hanging clouds throughout the afternoon around north central Washington. And I'll tell you, temperatures haven't moved more than about 3 degrees today. I think most of the afternoon we were at about 36 degrees after starting at about 30 to 31 this morning. So today was a relatively dry weather day over most of the inland northwest. That thanks to a weak ridge of high pressure over the central Rocky Mountain states. And you can see that as we take a look at our satellite loop. Once again, over western Wyoming and Idaho. The weather pattern will become much more active, though, by early Saturday and into Sunday as a strong low pressure system moves into the area. That's that low just west of Washington State. You can see wrapping around off the coast. That will move in. And since most of the precipitation will start during the afternoon hours tomorrow, we suspect that most of the precip will fall as rain over the lower elevation locations south of Highway 2. We have a 60% chance of rain mixed with snow tomorrow here in the Wenatchee area. That goes up to 70% on Saturday night. In the Wenatchee Valley, we might see around an inch of snow in some locations by Sunday morning. And of course, higher elevations will see higher accumulations of snow, especially Loop Loop Pass and Blewett Pass over the weekend. And for the upcoming work week, we will have a strong ridge of high pressure over the entire western United States, and you can see that just off the coast of Washington. There are actually 2 areas of high pressure there, and they will dominate our weather. And this weather pattern usually means that we will see a prolonged period of fog, low clouds, and very small change in temperatures. Next week, we will see high temperatures in the mid-30s with overnight lows in the mid-20s. And remember, we mentioned it earlier in the newscast, that prompted a burn ban that will be in effect 9 a.m. Monday to 9 a.m. on Wednesday. So be careful burning those wood stoves and no outdoor burning. So let's take a look at that forecast now. Tonight we'll drop down to 33 degrees, a 30% chance of showers developing overnight tonight. And then tomorrow there's that rain-snow mix, 60% for Saturday. Saturday night, continue with the rain and snow, and 31. Things will improve by Sunday afternoon. We'll warm up a bit too to 42 degrees. Mostly cloudy on Sunday, maybe even partly cloudy, I should say, Monday. 38 our high. Lots of sun on Tuesday and 37, but notice that cool down and notice the fog that comes into the weather picture, especially Tuesday night, pretty much off and on Wednesday, as well as into Thursday, with lows dropping down into the middle 20s. And closing out the news tonight, an up-and-coming country star performs for a sold-out show. Kind of.
Hey, when he held 2 bells and steel guitar, it sounded American heart. And my mom was all Saturday night ring a smack here, facing the tear to your eye. Sing a song about the home, only place I feel at home. Sing about the way a good man works the day that's gone. Sing a rain on the roof one summer night, but still no wrong from right. Sing a song about the heartland, sing a song about my life. Hey! Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do! Yeah!
George Strait would be very proud. If you have a video of the day you'd like to see on NCW Life News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCW Life channel. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. Also, tune in to NCW Life Channel Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
This has been NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. For more news, log on to ncwlife.com, like us on Facebook, and follow NCW Life channel on Twitter.
Travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
Weekly. For the newest tech, coolest tech, and the craziest tech stories available on the interwebs, tune in for your weekly tech update right here on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Dan Longauger with Coho 101, and you're watching the NCW Life channel.
Thursday night, hockey night on the NCW Life channel. It all begins at 7 o'clock with a call of the Wild and Clarkie's Corner. Then it's non-stop hockey action with a voice of the Wild, Arch Ecker. Join us as the Wild battle the rest of the BCHL. Thursday night is Hockey Night on the NCW Life Channel.